going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Gibbon here today with another video for you. I hope you are doing well. Today we are rolling it back. We are having another Natter time video. I've not done one of these in a long time, and I thought that I would bring you another one because it did quite well last time. So yeah, I thought it'd be a decent idea to bring you something that is me kind of ranting on about various bits and pieces and having a bit of fun with it. Now, I did have a bit of a sit down and think about what I wanted to discuss and what I wanted to talk about, and I thought, well, should I talk about the whole Trump thing? And then I thought, nah, that's a whole can of worms that I'm going to open up that is just going to cause huge, immense problems and probably strife. There's always two things that I was always told to never talk about unless you're 100% certain about what you're talking about, and that's religion and politics. Nothing can turn people off more than talking about religion and politics, especially if the person that is talking about them doesn't have the first fucking clue. And in fairness, I can't really talk about politics or Donald Trump. In fairness, I'm struggling enough to deal with the she-witch, blood-sucking vampire that is Theresa May that we have as our unelected Prime Minister in the UK, so I have enough on my plate to deal with that. So what I will do is talk about just some random shit, basically, and have a bit of a brain fart and a bit of a brain dump. So grab yourselves a coffee, get yourself by the fire, put the slippers on, get the dressing gown on, get your smoking jacket on, get your pipe out, because it's about to get freaky. Okay, so if that little introduction hasn't completely weirded you out and you've clicked off of the video, and you are actually still here, then I suppose the first thing that I'm going to talk about is something that's more related to my job. Now, in my job that I do, I spend a lot of time in my car, driving around, getting from A to B, usual two-hour trips sometimes, stuff like that, so I spend a lot of time on the motorway. And there's just an observation, there's a couple of observations that I want to make actually that really fucking grind my gears like no other business. Now, on our general motorways, we have normally pretty much 3 lanes, if that makes sense. So you've got the inside lane, the middle lane, and the outside lane. The inside lane is the lane that you're normally in, the middle lane is an overtaking lane, and the outside lane is another overtaking lane. Typically it's more used for when a lorry comes out into the middle lane and then that car needs to get past the lorry because lorries are restricted to 60 miles an hour, so you can go past the lorry and then carry on your journey. The one thing that really infuriates me is middle lane hoggers. I have this big issue with middle lane hoggers that make me have to either A, undertake, which is an illegal manoeuvre, or B, move all the way out to the outside lane to then go past them to move all the way back in again to the inside lane. Typically, and please don't take this as me being sexist, but typically the people that do that are female. And it boggles my mind as to why they do that. I mean, I've heard excuses like, well, I feel safer because there's more space on each side of me and all that kind of stuff. But that's just bollocks and nonsense. It's just laziness, if you ask me. But what we're actually doing now in the UK is that people can actually be fined for middle lane hogging. And I'm being serious, you can actually be pulled over by the police and fined for middle lane hogging because you're driving with undue care and attention and you're not driving it in accordance with how you're supposed to be driving on a motorway. And it's the one that always makes me giggle, particularly if you might be slightly going over the 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. If you're in the middle lane to a copper, you are just drawing attention to yourself. So I beg of anybody that drives on the motorway, please don't sit in the middle lane. It's one of the most infuriating things going. Absolutely one of the most infuriating things going. So please stop it. Please stop it and keep my blood pressure at a moderately low level. I really would appreciate that. Thank you very much. The next little thing that I want to discuss, again, it relates to the motorway once again, and it is for white van drivers and also flatbed van drivers at the same time as well. I went on a speed awareness course, 2 years ago now, and the reason that I went on that course is because I was doing over what the prescribed limit was when it was a reduced speed on the motorway. I think it was just going into Newcastle or something. And I actually found out something that I didn't know at that speed awareness course that the policeman told me, and that was that vans and flatbed vans are not supposed to go in the outside lane. So they are only allowed to be on the inside lane and also the middle lane as well. This is a really boring Natter time, but it was just a brain dump that I wanted to do, so I apologise. So why is it that they feel that it is alright to go into the outside lane and bully people to move out of the way? I've seen so many accidents caused from people that go in the outside lane. In fact, it happened. I was on the M62 and there was a van behind me that went into the outside lane, lost control because it was going too quickly, hit the central reservation, then did a 360 across 3 lanes of traffic, but managed to get through it and managed to survive. I don't understand why they feel the need to drive like that and also drive aggressively. And it's always white van men. I mean, that's a typical thing in the UK. It's always white van men that do that. It's just oddly bizarre of the way that they actually drive. And for me, it's just infuriating. And also pulling out on you, like into the third lane to get past somebody, meaning that you then have to slam all on and nearly basically shove your car up the arse of their tailpipe. Again, blood pressure skyrocketing, spend a lot of my time on the motorway. It's really annoying. Do have to say that I ain't the most perfect driver out there by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not like Jesus when it comes to driving. I ain't omnipotent and perfect. Probably think that was the wrong word, but I'm going to use it anyways because it sounds flash. And there's a bit of an homage now, moving forwards, to the last Natter time that I did. What I'd really like to talk about again is pet peeves in the gym. Now, this happened to me this week, and it's something, again, that I find infuriatingly annoying, and it involves them gym-sharked up fuckboys that are in the gym that spend more time talking and taking selfies in the mirror of the one vein that started to show in their little finger because they've been lifting for 10 minutes. I was in the gym, I was having a chest session and I needed to use the incline bench. So I walk over to the incline bench and at that moment in time it's empty. Now I didn't see that there were 2 guys behind me having a bit of a conversation and messing with their coiffed hair and stylish clothing and all that kind of stuff. So I looked at the incline bench and thought, right, I need to get another set of plates just to increase the weight on it a little bit for me because I'm strong as fuck. Not really, just wanted to put the extra weight on there. So I went to go get the plates. I put my drink down next to the actual bench. I then walked over and went and got the 2 extra plates that I needed. Comes back to the bench, and in the time of me going and getting the plates and coming back to the bench, even though I put my drink down, which means I claim it, these 2 guys had then come back to that bench and started working out on it again. So I'm walking with these 2 plates to the bench and they looked at me, I'm not joking, as if I had just farted and made them smell it. That's the only way I can describe it. I got the up and down look of, you peasant, is the only way that I can describe it. To which I naturally went, very loudly, are you fucking kidding me? Walked back, put the plates over, so obviously my bottle's still there. This guy's halfway through his set, and I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm not bothered. Walked over to the guy, leant in while he was doing his reps. I think I may have nudged him a little bit, picked it up. One of them looked at me. I just quite loudly said, it's alright, don't worry about it. I didn't realise that there was conversational breaks going on and that you weren't supposed to just carry on doing your set and then finish and then start talking or doing your little exercise. I'll just go and make my way over there, you set of pricks. I got really aggressive. I found myself getting really, really aggressive. And I found that a lot more, really, because I don't have a bullshit filter anymore. And kind of, you know when you have that voice in your head to say something, and sometimes you say it and then sometimes you don't, because the voice goes, actually, that might not be the best thing to say. Well, I just said it out loud. It was really funny because the guys then wouldn't look at me afterwards because I was just fuming. Because I went and did a dumbbell bench press and I was repping them bad boys out and making quite loud grunting noises. I sounded like that really annoying tosser that you normally get in the gym that sounds like he's having 17 million orgasms in one go. Just the little bizarreness of my life. Anyways, that is going to do it for Natter time, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of a brain dump for you. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you are new to my channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. And we out here. Peace!